myths. They aren't just stories in Japan. They're warnings. Caution signs passed down through generations, stitched into bedtime tales and whispered in shrines, all to keep you safe from what lurks in the shadows. Folklore is sacred here, not because it entertains, but because it teaches, it protects. But every so often, a legend surfaces that feels different, new, unnatural. They say she is tall, too tall, always watching, always near. They call her Hachishakusama, the 8-foot-tall woman. And this myth is one you'll wish had stayed a myth. But what if she isn't a myth at all? The night was steadily approaching, and the land glowed an amber hue from the sun, which now was setting beyond the horizon, turning the rural side of Japan into a worthy painting. But what soon follows is a darkness that is beautiful, but is also unforgiving. This would be the last sunset for Kodama, a young adult male in his early 20s, studying abroad in Japan. This was a different occasion. The mounting stress was building up, and he decided it was time to seek the mountains or shrines of Japan for respite. He was drawn there because of the nature and the trees. As it got darker, he traced his steps back to town. He didn't want to be caught at night. He knew the stories and obeyed them. これはいつも闇の中に危険が潜んでいるとしていた。そして自分は関係ないと思っていた。でも闇は彼を放っておかなかった。As he began walking back, he got the distinct feeling of being watched. The crickets he heard stopped and made his heart begin to race. Upon making it out of the forested parts of the Shinto shrine, he feels his phone vibrate. It's an unknown number. Who calls during this time? He asked himself. So without knowing any better, he answers, and on the other end, he hears something strange. This made his skin crawl. What kind of noise even is that, he says to himself, as the person on the other line continues. He feels anxiety welling up in his chest and hangs up the line. Soon after, his sister, Nakashima, picks him up and drives home. While driving back, he asks her if she's gotten a strange phone call lately. She looks at him concerned and proceeds to say, "I did just now, and all I heard was something go, po, po, po." Her face dropped. She threw open the car door and ran with her brother into the house, explaining to her parents what he had said. 3 days passed, and Nakashima went to go to a priest for charms to give to her brother. Upon making it home and entering his room, Kodama Yano, a young adult student who was studying to make a name for himself, was now missing. The worst part was, the phone he carried was laying on the bed with one unheard voicemail. Nakashima, Hiroyuki, Taiko, この書が夢に出る。3番続けて。そこへはもっと近づいてきた。今夜はもう生きていられない気がする。中島、ひろゆき、太鼓、愛してる。怖い。ポー、ポー、ポー。 Hachishakusama is a towering woman, most known for her unnatural height, distorted smile, and the low, bone-chilling sound she emits. She wears a wide-brimmed hat, long dress, and her features vary depending on who sees her, but the height and the sound remain the same. She is said to target children and young people, especially boys and young men, and once she marks you, it's only a matter of time. Her name originated from rural legends whispered in countryside towns of Japan. While she isn't as old as yokai from ancient texts, her legend has circulated heavy throughout the internet forums, horror threads, and urban oral tradition, making her a modern myth with old bones. Now, what happens if you're marked by her? If you happen to encounter Hachishakusama or hear her chilling voice, that's just the beginning. Once she chooses you, she begins to slowly erode at your mind. Symptoms include sleep paralysis, obsessive fear, loss of appetite, and the overwhelming feeling that someone is watching you, even in broad daylight. This isn't just psychological. Some say she reaches into your soul and breaks you down until your very sense of reality becomes warped. Then, one day, you simply vanish. It's not very much known how she kills, but one thing is for sure. Once you are marked, you are gone forever, and you are never coming back. Let's jump into the theories. So what is Hachishakusama? Where did she come from? Where did she go? And how does she bend the boundaries of time, space, and the human mind? Well, our first theory is a yokai spirit. Some believe she is a yokai, a supernatural entity born from centuries of trauma and forgotten rituals. In Japanese folklore, yokai take many forms: tricksters, guardians, or monsters born from collective fears. Hachishakusama, in this view, is a twisted evolution of onryo, or vengeful spirits. Her obsession with youth, her eerie vocal tics, and her dependence on psychological torment rather than brute force aligns with how many yokai operate. But even among yokai, her unnatural height, her persistence, and her adaptability feel foreign, like she doesn't quite belong. Our next theory for what she could possibly be is an egregore. Others point to a much more modern theory, one rooted in thought forms. An egregore is a spiritual entity that emerges from collective belief, a being not born, but manifested through obsession, fear, and attention. With the rise of the internet forums and the digitalization of Japanese urban myths, it's possible that Hachishakusama wasn't pulled from the past at all, but conjured by the present. Like Slenderman in the West, Hachishakusama may be an entity brought into existence through our stories. If this is true, then every post, every retelling, every video like this one only makes her stronger. But then there's a theory far older and far stranger. According to the Bible, the Nephilim were giants, hybrids, offspring of the angels and the humans. In the Book of Numbers, when scouts were sent to explore Canaan, they returned in terror, claiming, "We saw the Nephilim there, and we seemed like grasshoppers in their own eyes." Now imagine this, a giant of Nephilim descent, surviving the flood, finding refuge on the isolated mountainous coast of ancient Japan, cut off from the world, evolving, adapting, learning to bend dimensions, slipping between dream and reality, between memory and manifestation. Hachishakusama in this lens is no ghost, no urban legend, but a forgotten relic of an ancient world. A giant who never truly died, only hid, and now waits. Hachishakusama is more than a campfire story. Whether she's a yokai, an egregore, or a fallen being from the dawn of humanity, her presence reminds us that some things don't need belief to be real. They only need fear. And once they have it, they find you. Thank you all for listening. I hope you enjoyed this story. If you enjoyed this style of video and want me to cover more urban legends like this one, leave them down in the comments below. Drop a like and share this video out, it helps a lot. If you are new here and love videos in audio-only format, please consider subscribing. If you want to support the channel even more, consider becoming a member of the channel. For $2.99 a month, you get access to audio editing streams and end screen mentions. See you all in the next one.
A voice that chills your spirit, yet soothes you all the same. In the dark, the tales unfold, where shadows love to creep, but the echo